It was, and I thought it was a good crowd. And I talked to Ian yesterday about it too. She's there like
Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Veterans Day. To begin our ceremony, I would like to take the opportunity to acknowledge and thank all veterans in attendance for their service. I would also like to offer a round of applause for the service members who are deployed serving our country and ask that you keep them in your thoughts and prayers. We would like to thank Mayor Broder, former Mayor Inferna, Representative Lipper-Garabedian, members of our City Council and School Board, and all of you for joining us today and honoring our veterans. Thank you. At this time, I would ask you to face the flag and remove your cover for the singing of our national anthem by Alana Samard. Thank you, Alana. That was beautiful. We are happy to have with us today fellow Air Force and Vietnam veteran Mike Nacito. Mike is a member of the Lieutenant Norman Prince VFW Post 1506, who will give the invocation. Could I ask everyone to please remove your cover?
Uncover. Oh God, we give you thanks today for our nation's veterans. We honor them for their faithful service to our country and for what they have done to defend and preserve our freedom generation after generation. Young men and women have answered the call, and their lives have been changed forever. We are grateful to all who have served and those who are still serving in this time today. But today we especially remember those who have been tempted by fire, those who continue to bear wounds of the body or the spirit as a result of what they have endured. They lie in our veterans' hospitals or struggle to recover rehabilitation centers. They suffer post-traumatic stress disorder God for our country's veterans, those past generations, and those who continue to earn this title today. May we never forget what our country has done to them and what they have given in return. Help us to give us the respect and honor they are due, and strengthen our resolve to build a world model on your realm, where war will be pursued no more. We ask all this in the name of Jesus, the Prince of Peace. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Mike. We take great pride in honoring veterans here in Melrose. We are extremely lucky to have many veteran organizations, to include 2 VFWs, an American Legion, a Friday Veterans Club, the Emblem Club, the Melrose Veterans Memory Project, the Middle School Operation Club, and the Veterans Advisory Board. The support of these organizations, as well as citizens like all of you, help us to continue our long history here in Melrose of honoring those who serve. I would also like to take the opportunity to thank the students from the Northeast Metropolitan Regional Vocational High School who built this beautiful podium for us. Veterans Day occurs on November 11th every year in the United States in honor of the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918 that signaled the end of World War I, known as Armistice Day. Veterans Day originated as Armistice Day on November 11th, 1919, the first anniversary of the end of World War I. Congress passed a resolution in 1926 for an annual observance, and November 11th became a national holiday beginning in 1938. Unlike Memorial Day, Veterans Day pays tribute to all American veterans, living or dead, but especially gives thanks to living veterans who served their country honorably during war or peacetime. I wanted to share a few facts on veterans today. There are 19 million living veterans who have served during at least one war as of April 2021. Of the 16 million Americans who served during World War II, about 240,000 were still alive as of 2021. 11% of veterans are women. 5.9 million veterans served during the Vietnam War. 933,000 veterans served during the Korean War. 7.8 million veterans have served in the Gulf War era. Veterans are mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, grandparents, sons, daughters, relatives, and friends. The tradition of celebrating Veterans Day is our way to show those who served and continue to serve that we are grateful for their service and sacrifice. Today's Veterans Day address will be delivered by United States Army Captain Evan Demakis, Executive Officer for the 1st of the 182nd Infantry Regiment. Captain Demakis has served as an infantryman for the Army National Guard since 2009. He has held every key developmental assignment for his career path and has deployed overseas to the CENTCOM, PACOM, and SOUTHCOM areas of responsibility, supporting both training and combat operations. He is a member of the Melrose Veterans Advisory Board and continues to advocate for current and previous service members in the community. Captain Demakis.
Thank you, Karen. Good morning. Fellow patriots and veterans, today is a celebration to honor America's vets for their patriotism, love of country, and willingness to serve and sacrifice for the common good. It's not here. Is that a little better?
Yeah.
Okay. Among us today are individuals called various titles, such as soldier, Marine, airman, and sailor. All are guardians of the freedoms that we enjoy today and tomorrow. Veterans are frequently told the words, "Thank you for your service." While the response may vary depending upon branch of service or personal experience, veterans can agree that we simply ask for you not to take the liberties and freedoms that were earned by blood, sweat, and tears for granted. Today, while we thank those who served, remember the individuals who are not here to receive those same words. The weight of their sacrifices are remembered each day by the veterans here. As we celebrate the honor of service, We also thank our veterans for the sacrifices that they continue to endure today. Thank you for coming out today during these difficult times to support the veterans of this great community. May God bless America and the veterans of the past, present, and future. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Demakis. We stand before you today at the Vietnam Reflection Area, dedicated last Veterans Day. The reflection area was designed to look out over El Pond at the beautiful Vietnam Memorial on Main Street. The bricks that make up our American flag are inscribed with both living and deceased veterans. They are our way to provide people a means to honor the veterans in their lives for eternity. Red bricks are reserved for Vietnam-era veterans. The gray bricks are for veterans from all generations. Sue Caffey from the Melrose Veterans Services Office will come forward to read the 59 names of newly inscribed bricks. We install bricks twice a year, offering people a chance to honor a veteran in their life. Applications are available at the Veterans Service Office. Sue, please come forward to read the names.
Joseph Arcovio, United States Navy, Vietnam. Edward Ostras, United States Air Force, Korea. John W. Beck, Jr., United States Army, Vietnam, Purple Heart. Fred Beckwith, United States Army, World War II. James A. Biggie, United States Army, Vietnam. Theodore E. Burns, United States Army, World War II. Leo J. Burns, United States Navy, World War II. Robert C. Casey, United States Army, Vietnam. Robert Champion, United States Navy, Vietnam. Oliver E. Childress, United States Army, Vietnam. Kathleen Hall Childress, United States Army. Frank Clifford, Navy Seabees, World War II. Edward C. Curran, United States Navy, Korea. Thomas A. Dalton, United States Air Force, Vietnam era. Joseph DeCristoforo, United States Army, Vietnam. Francis Dewey, United States Army, World War II. Ernie Dickinson, United States Army, Vietnam. Anthony Donati, United States Army, World War II. William Dittmer, United States Air Force, Vietnam. F. Richard Drennan, United States Army, World War II. Robert Murray Drennan, United States Army, World War II. Robert Driscoll Sr., United States Marine Corps, Vietnam. Robert Driscoll Jr., United States Air Force, Desert Storm, OEF, OIF. Daniel B. Duffy, United States Marine Corps, Vietnam, killed in action. Louis Dunton III, United States Navy, Vietnam. John F. Gilfeather, United States Army, World War II. John Greski, United States Army, World War II. Robert J. Gulla, United States Army. Ernest J. Gulla, United States Navy. Richard P. Gulla, United States Marine Corps, Vietnam. Harold J. Hanlon, Army Air Forces, World War II. Edward A. Hatch, United States Marine Corps, Vietnam. John W. Huber, United States Army, World War II. Jarman A. Jenkins, United States Navy, Vietnam. James P. Keene, United States Navy, Vietnam. Daniel J. McMaster, United States Marine Corps, Vietnam era. John Maganzini, United States Army, Vietnam. Michael McAteer, United States Army, Vietnam. James T. McManus, United States Army. Daniel Milligan, United States Marine Corps, World War II. Starling Mauder, United States Coast Guard, World War I, World War II, and Korea. Paul Mauder, United States Navy, Cold War era. John Muxey, United States Navy, World War II. Joseph Muxey, United States Air Force, Cold War era. Joseph A. Nurdin, United States Marine Corps, Vietnam. Michael J. O'Connell, United States Marine Corps, Vietnam. William J. O'Donnell, United States Marine Corps, Vietnam. John W. Pike, United States Army, Vietnam. Frank P. Rinfret, United States Navy, World War II. Martin E. Robichaud, United States Marine Corps, Vietnam. Robert E. Ross, United States Navy, World War II. Paul F. Rossi, United States Marine Corps, Vietnam. William Ryan Jr., United States Air Force, Vietnam era. Anthony Shenna, United States Army, Korea. Paul J. Spencer, United States Air Force, Korea. Wycliffe Wilson Stanford, United States Army, Vietnam, Bronze Star. James Umiel Jr., United States Army, Vietnam, Purple Heart. Ronald J. Vining, United States Army, Vietnam. Russell Watts, United States Navy, World War II. Mary K. Watts, United States Navy, World War II. John P. Zabrowski, United States Marine Corps, Vietnam.
Today's ceremony will continue at the Vietnam Memorial on Main Street for the reading of the names on the wall, followed by the singing of Traveling Soldier. We will conclude at the newly restored Honor Roll across from Memorial Hall for our rededication ceremony. We hope you are all able to join us as we continue our ceremony to our other memorials. Thank you for coming here today to the Knoll. Please take the time to come up and enjoy the beautiful memorial behind me. Thank you for joining us. I would like to extend a special thank you to John Pike, who designed our beautiful memorial, who is here with us today. Vietnam veteran John Dunn is going to come forward and lead us in prayer to start us off.
Uncover, please. Eternal Father, we ask Thou blessing and protection for all those who serve, and ask Thou to watch over all who serve in harm's way. Amen.
Thank you, John. In remembrance of those we lost in Vietnam that are not here for us to thank today, we will read their names, followed by the laying of flowers in their honor. The reading of the names will be done by Vietnam veteran Jim Keane and Dan O'Shea.
memory of these men: James G. Dutton, United States Army; Harold H. Hertel, United States Air Force; Michael A. D. Porfino, United States Marine Corps; Gardner Brewer, United States Air Force; Richard L. Norton, United States Marine Corps.
David Megan, United States Marine Corps. Stephen T. Sullivan, United States Marine Corps. Thomas J. Brennan, United States Army. Scott F. Andresen, United States Army. Kenneth W. Ellis, United States Army. Carlton P. Miller, Jr., United States Navy, MIA.
At this time, I would like to invite all Vietnam veterans to come forward and lay the flowers at the wall.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you get that dragon? That's too far down. Over there.
Thank you. Thank you for your service. I now invite forward Alana Samard, who will be singing Traveling Soldier Force.
Cafe, they gave his order to a girl with a
Alana. We'd like to take the opportunity to thank and welcome home all of the Vietnam veterans across America that did not get the welcome home they deserved when they returned from the war. Thank you for your service. Welcome home. At this time, we ask all of you who are able to join us at the Honor Roll across from Memorial Hall. As you may have noticed, it has been restored back to its original beauty, and we want to do a rededication. So we invite all of you to join us for the conclusion of today's ceremony at the Honor Roll. Thank you for coming. Our rededication of our Honor Roll. Before we begin the rededication, I just want to thank those who made this possible. Jeremy Campbell of CBC Installations, who completed the restoration, Mayor Paul Broder, the Melrose City Council, the Melrose Veterans Advisory Board, Peter P., as well as the entire DPW crew. Without their efforts, we would not have been able to restore Memorial back to its original beauty. Thank you. I would like to invite our local Boy Scouts to come forward and lay a wreath. Thank you. At this time, I would like to invite Mayor Paul Broder to come forward to say a few words. Mayor?
Thank you, Karen, and good morning, everyone. Good morning, and thank you all for joining us. And at this place, I especially want to recognize, as did our VSO, Karen Berg, the folks who helped us get to where we are today. Our extraordinary veteran service officer, the men and women of the Veterans Advisory Board, chaired by Colonel Driscoll, the Melrose City Council, and of course, the people of Melrose. And I also want to make special remarks or special thanks to the men and women, particularly the men and women of the local 182nd, that's headquartered right down the street, for their service around the world and even Washington, D.C. Earlier this year. And perhaps our most special thanks to our veterans who served in Afghanistan. We know how long, over 20 years they were there, and we know that they were the last ones to leave and did everything they could to protect the civilians and the local folks who deserved that protection and helped us in that area. So if you're a veteran of the Afghanistan conflict, special thanks today and always for your service. So I think it is important to think about, on a day like today, why we gather at monuments on Veterans Day. After all, we rightfully have a separate day to recognize and remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice, that being Memorial Day. Well, this day is also for them. It is also for the families and friends of all who served. This memorial, featured prominently in the heart of our downtown, is a symbol of our commitment to as a community, to honor all who have served. It is a reminder to our living veterans and their families that their sacrifice matters and that we are grateful for and humbled by their sacrifice. I want to take a few minutes to recognize or reflect on the service of 3 veterans from Melrose, one of which is still with us, and other 2 are no longer with us, but served really in a lifelong capacity. First to be Scott Forbes and all the members of the Forbes family. Scott served 22 years in the U.S. Air Force, then went on to follow his dad in service to our community as a member of the then Board of Aldermen for Ward 7, and serving on the Veterans Advisory Board, and in the leadership of the VFW. Importantly, Scott now serves as the Executive Director of the Veterans Northeast Outreach Center. There, he oversees VA and DVS grants that support our veteran population with housing, employment, education, access to benefits, peer support, and wraparound services that provide stabilization and a better quality of life. again mirroring his own dad's efforts, particularly in the area of disabled veterans. And I think we all remember Irving Smolens. Irving was a U.S. Army 4th Infantry Division D-Day veteran. Irving was passionate for his whole life about his fellow veterans until he passed away in 2015, and many times traveled back to Normandy to remember his comrades that did not make it home. And finally, I want to mention Mine McLean. Mine McLean was a World War II veteran and prisoner of war during that conflict. Mr. McLean, after receiving a decorated discharge from the Army, continued his higher education, and in 1946 graduated from Montclair State Teachers College in New Jersey. He then earned a master's from BU and a PhD in 1955. And what Miner did to continue his services, he became a history professor at Salem State College for nearly 40 years, and his scholarship largely focused on World War II. He was also a longtime member of the Harold O. Young Post. And I mention them because I think it is always important not just to thank veterans, but to ask them about their experiences and to take the opportunity to learn from their experiences. It helps for a deeper appreciation of the sacrifices that we ask of them every day and will in the future. President Reagan said about our veterans, we remember those who are called upon to give all a person can give. And we remember the devotion and gallantry with which all of them ennobled their nation and became champions of a noble cause. And if you'll indulge me, I want to end with a quote from President Eisenhower, the great Allied commander during the invasion of Normandy on June 6, 1944, and certainly you probably know more than any modern president the sometimes need for and the cost of going to war. He said about Veterans Day, let us celebrate this day with appropriate ceremonies, not only in tribute to our veterans, but also in rededication to peace with honor throughout the world. So I'd ask you to leave here today rededicated to that for which our veterans stand for: duty, sacrifice, and country. And a rededication to the understanding that freedom for which they continue to stand throughout the world is not the freedom to do what you please, but an opportunity to be part of something bigger than yourself, to be united in our resolve to continue to pursue the promise of a country and a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Or, as was very simply put, e pluribus unum, out of many one. Thank you to our veterans and their families for giving us the opportunity to gather today. And again, I'm humbled and honored to be a part of reviving this memorial for future generations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Broder. At this time, I would like to introduce United States Air Force Colonel Robert Driscoll, Medical Group Commander for the 102nd Intelligence Wing, Otis Air National Guard Base, and Chairman of the Melrose Veterans Advisory Board. Colonel Driscoll.
Thank you, Karen. Before I begin, I just want to thank everybody for being here. It wasn't long ago that there would only be 12 of us here on these ceremonies, so it's nice to see the crowd grow every year, so much appreciated by all the veterans. And I also want to say, before I begin, you're probably not going to remember anything we said today. You're probably going to just remember the singing. And Alana did a great job at the past two areas singing, so kudos to her. The honor roll behind me, the Melrose Veterans Honor Roll was established in 1945 and is one of the oldest veteran memorials in the city. It is situated here on Main Street in the Melrose Town Historic District, across from the Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall on the front lawn of the landmark Coolidge School. The memorial honors city veterans of World War II, the Korean War, and Vietnam. It was designed by historic architect Royal Barry Wills and consists of a brick wall with 7 glass-enclosed inscription panels adorned with white painted wood frames. A golden eagle with its wings spread is perched atop of the memorial. The wood in the memorial had rotted away from years of environmental exposure, and detailed craftsmanship was required to replicate and replace the decayed materials. So one may ask, why is it important we preserve these veteran monuments? I and the other members of the Veterans Advisory Board would answer, the veteran memorials here in Melrose represent the city's expression of gratitude to all the men and women of our community who have, are, or will wear the uniform of the United States military. We honor and recognize each veteran for their courage and dedication to our country. We believe these memorials also encourage and foster patriotism for generations as a reminder of the sacrifice made by ordinary citizens who accomplished extraordinary things. I would like to thank Mayor Broder, the Melrose City Council, Councilor Sean McMaster, who is the City Council liaison to the Veterans Advisory Board, Ward Hamilton for his professional guidance, Jeremy Campbell and the CVC Installations Company for their work on the memorial, the DPW, who make all our memorials look great, our Veteran Service Officer, Lieutenant Colonel Karen Burke, and the Veterans Advisory Board for their efforts and commitment to restore the honor roll. We as a community must never allow neglect or vandalism to any of our monuments. At this time, I would like to quote General George Washington. It's a quote I've used before, but I find it appropriate today as it was when spoken by General Washington. The willingness with which our young people are likely to serve in any war, no matter how justified, shall be directly proportional to how they perceive the veterans of earlier wars were treated and appreciated by their nation. I would add our Commonwealth and community to General Washington's words. In closing, I want to salute Master Sergeant Ryan McLean and all of our service members serving in harm's way today. Please keep them in your thoughts. Thank you for coming out today. Thank you for your support of the veterans community here in Melrose, and happy Veterans Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Driscoll. I think as all veterans know, when we raise our hand and serve our country and know that we may be sent in harm's way, one of our biggest concerns are the family members we leave behind. I feel comfortable in saying with all veterans that we would like to thank the families who are left behind as our loved one goes off to dangerous places, and with a special thank you and tribute to the Gold Star families who do not have a service member here with them. We honor you as we stand before this wall, so I'd like to take a moment of silence to think of those Gold Star families and thank them for their sacrifice. Thank you. I'm sure many of you noticed or seen displayed yellow ribbons across the country. One prominent meaning of a yellow ribbon displayed in various ways is to show support of our troops. When the U.S. started sending large numbers of troops overseas during the Gulf War, yellow ribbons were more prominently displayed across the country. But the history of displaying or wearing a yellow ribbon goes back to the 17th century. Today we have yellow flowers with us. I will first ask the Cub Scouts to come forward and lay a bouquet of yellow flowers in honor of the Armed Services members who are currently deployed serving our country. Thank you to all of our Scouts for coming out here and helping honor our veterans today. What has become a Melrose tradition when we dedicate a memorial is inviting veterans, relatives, and friends to lay flowers at the memorial in honor of a veteran in their life to show gratitude for their service. If you would like to do this, please carefully proceed on the rocks to the microphone. We have a flower for you to lay at the memorial and to say their name here at the microphone. Please just use caution as you come up the steps. But if you would like to, please come and pick a flower and you can come and say their name here.
Canadian Armed Forces, World War II.
Carlton P. Miller, missing in action, South China Sea. Thank you.
Norman Broder, United States Army.
Charles T. Harrison, United States Cavalry.
Alfred White, Edward Spellman, and Daniel Light, Army, Navy, Coast Guard, respectively.
Illinois, POW, Army, World War II, Gold Star family.
Richard Moore and Brian Matheson, Navy friends who died in Vietnam.
Harvey Agassi Jr. Army Air Force, like the section of the Air Force in the Army, World War II.
William Fortgang and John Sayles, U.S. Navy, World War II.
My parents, Conrad Gauthier, U.S. Marine, and my mother, Patricia Eagle Gauthier, Navy.
My late father, John Buddy Brickley, Staff Sergeant, U.S. Army.
Cousin Kevin Hearn, Vietnam War, Agent Orange, died from that. My late father, William Joseph Thomas, U.S. Navy, Vietnam Era.
Gunnery Sergeant Daniel J. McMaster, United States Marine Corps, Vietnam era, and Lieutenant Robert Champion, United States Navy, Vietnam.
My grandfather, Herbert Muse, U.S. Marine Corps, Korean War.
My father, Clarence Monticello, U.S. Army, Chief Warrant Officer, retired. And my in-laws, Joseph Patrick Nevin Sr. and Margaret Nevin, who both served in the Army.
My grandfather, Thomas Harrison Eads, World War II, U.S. Army.
Andrew Fleming, U.S. Navy, Frogman, World War II.
Harold Croft, my grandfather, U.S. Marine Corps.
My father, William Carey, U.S. Army, D-Day, Purple Heart, Bronze Star.
Thank you, everyone who came forward. If you'd like to have a flower to lay more privately afterwards, please come over and see us. We still have some flowers that you may use privately if you would like. This concludes today's ceremonies. On behalf of the Mayor's Office, the Veterans Advisory Board, and the Veterans Services Office, we thank you for attending today and showing our veterans the gratitude we as a nation have for them. To all of my brothers and sisters at arms, thank you for your service. Happy Veterans Day.
Identity theft happens. It's an unfortunate fact of modern life. But there are certain steps you can take to help keep your personal information from falling into the wrong hands. Every day you do things to protect what's most important to you. And you know what? You do them almost automatically. Routine things like looking both ways before you cross, brushing your teeth, and buckling your seatbelt. Another routine to get into is keeping tabs on your identity and personal information. Here are 5 easy ways you can do it. Read your credit card and bank statements carefully and often. Know your payment due dates. If a bill doesn't show up when you expect it, look into it. Read the statements from your health insurance plan. Make sure the claims paid match the care you got. Shred any documents with personal and financial information. Review each of your 3 credit reports at least once a year. It's easy and it's free. And before you know it, protecting your personal information can be as routine as locking your doors at night. For more tips and tools on dealing with identity theft, visit ftc.gov/ID theft. That's ftc.gov/ID theft.
Many hotels, coffee shops, airports, and other places offer free Wi-Fi hotspots. They're convenient. Unfortunately, they often aren't secure. That could make it easy for someone else to access your online accounts or steal your personal information. So, what can you do to reduce your risk? Encryption is the key to keeping your information secure online. When information is encrypted, it's scrambled into a code so others can't get it. How can you be sure your information is encrypted? 2 ways. 1. Use a secure network to access the internet. Don't assume that a public Wi-Fi network uses encryption. In fact, most don't. You can only be sure that a network uses effective encryption if it asks you to provide a WPA or WPA2 password. If you aren't sure, it's best to assume the network is not secure. The second way to protect your information is to send it through a secure website. A secure site will encrypt your information, even if the network doesn't. If the web address starts with HTTPS, then your information is encrypted before it's sent. The S stands for secure. Look for HTTPS on every page you visit, not just when you log in. If you use an unsecured Wi-Fi network to log into an unencrypted website, strangers using that network can hijack your account and steal your private documents, contacts, family photos, even your username and password. If that happens, an imposter could use your email or social networking account to pretend to be you and scam people you care about. Or a hacker could use your password from one website to try to log into a different account and access your personal or financial information. Here are some steps you can take to protect yourself when you use a public Wi-Fi hotspot. Only log in or enter personal information on secure sites that use encryption. Again, look for a web address that begins with HTTPS. Don't use the same username and password for different sites. It could give someone who gains access to one of your accounts access to many of your accounts. Never email financial information, including credit card, social security, and checking account numbers, even if the network and website are secure. Don't stay permanently signed in to accounts. When you've finished using a site, log out. The bottom line, secure Wi-Fi hotspots require a password. Secure websites start with HTTPS. Remember, it's easy to find trusted information about computer security. Just visit OnGuardOnline.gov, the federal government site to help you be safe, secure, and responsible online.